So the Chiefs are Super Bowl 54 champions. Now what? Let's talk about the offseason. Alright guys, before I get into my off-season previews, I want to talk about some important dates that are coming up. First things first, the NFL Combine is from February 24th to March 2nd, and I will have a video previewing that, so be on the lookout for that. The last day to franchise tag a player is March 10th, and then 8 days later on March 18th, that's when the new league year begins. And don't forget, from the 16th to the 18th before 4 o'clock, teams can talk to free agents, not just their own free agents, but free agents from other players. So don't be surprised if some deals are done before the new league year begins. And the NFL draft is from April 23rd to April 25th. Alright, let's get into these previews. Alright guys, so as always, I'm going to go by division, and for each team we're going to talk about their top free agent, what their top needs are, where their salary cap is, and where their highest draft pick is, because this is an off-season preview for all around the off-season, not just for free agency. Alright, let's get into the AFC East, and we're going to start with the Buffalo Bills. Alright, and for the Buffalo Bills, their top free agent is Jordan Phillips. He's a defensive tackle, and he was a force for them last year. The guy could rush the passer, he could stop the run, he did everything that you want a defensive tackle to do nowadays. And for the Bills, are they going to be able to keep him? Well, they do have $81 million in cap space. That's the fourth best. And for the salary cap, I'm going to leave a link down below that shows the rankings of all the teams by salary cap. So I will have that just in case you guys wanted to check that out. Now, Buffalo's top free agent need is a number one wide receiver. Now, last year they got Cole Beasley and John Brown, and that was really good. Those are nice pieces to have, but they need a number one receiver for Josh Allen. You can't get by in this league without a number one receiver. They need to find one. And their highest draft pick is 22nd overall. So they have the 22nd overall pick in the first round. Miami was a tough one because they don't really have a lot of free agents, and the best guy I could find was Aqib Talib, who was injured all of last year. That's really where Miami is right now. They don't really have a lot of big-time players leaving, and they have a lot of cap space. I'm talking $93 million. That's number one in the league, so they have the best cap space out of anybody in the league, so they could make some moves. And don't forget, they have 3 first-round picks, the first of which is 5th overall, and they could use that to address their quarterback position. They need to get a quarterback in this draft. Ryan Fitzpatrick is not the answer, and Josh Rosen, it just is not going to work out, so you know they're going to take a quarterback at some point in this offseason, but we just don't know who it's going to be. For New England, we all know their top free agent is Tom Brady. We all know this, and we'd all be shocked if he left New England. Yeah, there's all this talk about how he's selling his house and how he's a little unhappy with how things went last year. But you know what? It's Tom Brady, and it's New England. If he plays next year, I'd be shocked if it wasn't in New England. For the Patriots, they have $44 million in cap space, so they're right in the middle of the pack at 18th. So it's not too bad, but it could be a little bit better. And their top need, look, they need a tight end. Last year, they did not have anything at the tight end position. They really got anything out of their tight ends. They were spoiled with Rob Gronkowski for years, and without him last year, they just couldn't do anything at the tight end position. So look for them to get a tight end, and their first round pick is 23rd overall. The Jets have got to fix up their offensive line. Their offensive line, it was one of the worst in the league last year. They have got to protect Sam Darnold. And don't be surprised if all the starting offensive line positions are changed from last year to this year. Don't be shocked by that because their offensive line was bad. And they do have some cap space to get some guys because they have $56 million in cap space. That's good for 10th overall. And they have the 11th overall pick in the first round. So they might be able to get an offensive lineman early if one does fall to them. And their top free agent is actually their left tackle, Calvin Beachum. Sorry if I pronounced that name wrong. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would you want this guy back if your offensive line was so bad? Well, he was their best offensive lineman last year, and the offensive line actually was better when he was on the field, so they could re-sign him, or they could just say, you know, we're going to start all over with the offensive line, not have anybody back that was on the offensive line last year. Alright guys, so that was the AFC East off-season preview. Next up is the NFC East. and I'll see you then.